Capricorn, welcome to your bonus in-depth reading. It's ACES week, baby. Let's talk about it. Sword, wand, cup, pentacle. You know, the only thing I ask folks to keep in mind as we go along throughout the reading is what the aces actually represent, okay? Now, can the aces represent new, right? Brand new opportunity, brand new investment. You betcha. They can also represent the renewed opportunities, the stuff we keep doing because, you know, in some way it works for us, be it an ongoing ace of swords or thought, feeling, action, belief, investment, so on and so forth. I should see a mixture of both new as well as renewed, right? But like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. We're going to start with your Ace of Swords. Oh my goodness, and happy birthday. Before I forget, your season's moving a little too fast for me, okay? I'm all for getting grounded, getting practical, digging in deep, but honey, it's flying by. It is flying by, okay? We'll be in Aquarius season 19th, 20th January, depending on where you are in the world. But anyway, happy birthday to you. I hope that, you know, if yours has already come and gone, I hope it was fabulous. If it's upcoming, if it's yet to be, may it be fabulous. Let's see that Ace of Swords, please. Any new thoughts, actions, directives for Capricorn? What's up? What's going on? Let's see the Ace of Swords, please. Okay. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Yeah. I already kind of get an idea of how you spend some of your energy. Happily so. Six of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You're like, I mind my balances. I like that. Right now, I see you putting a lot of good focus into the stuff that works for you, okay? So you actually covered a couple of territories for me. You have pre-existing balances that you continue to participate in again and again because they work for you. Time, energy, effort, resources. In some way, you put them into a particular balance and then you receive in equal. Ace of Wands, like I said, a big chunk of your natural energy, hope, enthusiasm, drive, force. Okay, and then passion goes into these balances every day. They're at the top of your mind right now as I'm talking to you. In your heart, you feel good. So that's an ongoing emotional investment for you as well. Okay, lots of good stuff right in there. But you're saying things are pretty swell right now. I'm on top of my game. And you're looking at these balances intellectually in terms of, you know, the ins and outs of what they represent, making the most of them, and then also you love it too. It affords you some creativity as well, I believe. Okay, what else? So that's an ongoing Ace of Swords. Currently it's at the top of your focus, no problem, very comfortable subject for you. Anything else please in that Ace of Swords for Capricorn? But it does look like, however, I'll give you this, you've had some strong recent ideas for those pre-existing balances. And you're excited to incorporate them. Very good. Okay, Four Cups, Four Swords. Now that's also ongoing. That seems to be different. Yep. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you. Four Swords, Four Cups, Six of Swords. I would say that's a separate idea. This is something you're aware of, and you continue to make progress in. This also receives your focus. It's a little different. It's not showing up as a balance. No. On the contrary, it's an ongoing effort to leave something behind and be at peace with it. So that's also, like I said, a pre-existing Ace of Swords and also a pre-existing action attached to it. You continue to make effort in that every day. I'll go further along and you might show me what this was, but for now, just please know you're doing a great job. Four Swords, Four Cups, Six of Swords. So yeah, here we are. That's the actual definition of coming to peace with a difficult subject. One that upset you greatly once upon a time, but you have been working on it, literally working on it. You're calm over the subject now. It does not upset you like it used to. It does not hurt like it used to. You've done your reflection. You've done your insights. You will continue to do so. Okay, and Six of Swords, that's an ongoing effort to leave it behind, let it go, particularly the thought. So there might have been a time where you were overthinking a situation, a feeling, a disappointment, a hurt, or an upset, overanalyzing it. I don't know if it went as far into a space of obsession, but the point is that you don't do that anymore. The mental rumination for you over a particularly difficult subject is done. Good. Good. I'm happy to see that. In the Six of Swords, absolutely. That can be a long-term action, a long-term goal stretched out over time. It depends. It depends on how long it took you to heal through that particular subject and make your peace with it and then move on from it a little more every day. Further looks at you. And that's also at the forefront of your mind. So you have some good stuff going on in there with your Ace of Swords. It's not really about having new thoughts or new actions, but rather solid. You have a solid mind on your truths. You know, this clearly works for you. You might be making little improvements here and there, but for the most part, you like your balances and you feel good about them too. And that, well, that's an ongoing action, but it's a good one. You know, no new insights on that particular situation are really needed anymore. Like I said, you've covered most of that terrain already, so it's not going to represent any new thoughts. It's just action at this point. Leave it behind, leave it behind, leave it behind. Okay? We don't need to dwell on it. We don't need to think about it all day, every day. Leave it alone, Capricorn. You got this. Okay? Very gentle, calm, peaceful movement. Let's take a look at your Ace of Wands, which, again, I already saw a little bit of a glimpse of. You still kind of get amped up for your basic balances. And balances, they arrive in both big ways, small ways, and everywhere in between. Again, represents time, energy, effort, resources. We put ourselves into a situation because we are supposed to get something back from it. Okay? And what you do have is lovely. Now, is there anything else knocking around for you in the old Ace of Wands? It could lend itself to intimacy, yes, but it can also lend itself into joy, enthusiasm, hope, creativity as well. The Star. Oh, Two of Wands. Four of Wands. Ew. Yeah. Something else is cooking for you in the books. That's lovely. The Star. Two of Wands, Four of Wands. Just an offshoot interpretation for some of you. This is upcoming in Aquarius season. For others of you, it's begun, it started, and it's starting to take shape. And it will continue to take shape flowing into Aquarius season. But yeah, Two of Wands, Four of Wands. There's some sort of relationship here. It looks like it's in the process of being defined. You're enjoying it. He's like, I'm going to reach for the stars on this one. You just feel it. You just feel it. Yeah, your Ace of Wands is being activated. It still feels fresh to me. So while it may have just started or it's about to, like I said, it still feels fresh. So it still feels like a fresh Ace of Wands. Okay. You're pursuing this because it feels right. It's got your attention. But yeah, there's a big desire energy attached to it. Okay. To further explore this, to shape it, it might lead somewhere. We think it might, we feel it might, you know. But yeah, your more intimate self is woven into that. Yeah. It's still new. It's still new. Even if you started talking to whomever this is a couple weeks ago, it's still new. It's very new. And for others of you, it's right around the corner. Yes, we will definitely press on that later. See if we can get more from that. King of Swords. Oh, the Hierophant. Knights of Cups. Oh, yeah. Man, this has got you thinking all sorts of things, doesn't it? Oh, King of Swords, the Hierophant. I'm glad you know that about yourself. Your focus is commitment. That's your focus. I'm not saying you have to. I'm saying for the Capricorn I'm looking at, your focus is commitment. You're like, I only do real deal connections. I only do real deal energies. It's got to have meaning. These are my values. I know my values. I know me, and you do. You know yourself really well. You know your mind really well. Your big picture here is commitment. You're not going to open up to anything less than. Okay? Knight of Cups. You are willing to pursue this. You're willing to open up to it, to be vulnerable with it, and to be romantic with it. So long as there's an understanding that there is a greater purpose in mind for both sides. Okay. So you kind of made it clear your passion, it needs to go somewhere. It needs to have meaning. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point of bonding to you? What's the point of getting to know you if there isn't some higher values involved? So I'm glad you know that going in. Good. That makes me happy. That makes me happy. Stay grounded, but reach for the stars. You know, I love that. I love it. It's good. And I think that's a good representation of you. Stay grounded, but reach for the stars. You know, I love it. That's great. Now, I'm not saying you're going to commit to them tomorrow. No, I'm saying this is literally what you have in mind. And that's good. When our Ace of Wands or Ace of Cups are activated a little bit more on the intimate side, we need to know who we are as people. If it's just something that's light on the surface and easy and that's all you're interested in, then know that. If you're interested in deeper meaning and purpose, then know that. Okay? And you do. I'm glad that you carry it with you. And you're expressing as such. You know, when it's time to have that conversation, you won't be afraid of it. And so this is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm trying to do. Do you feel the same? You know? I'm happy to see that. That's usually some basic advice I have to give people. You need to verbalize that stuff. You can't assume you're on the same page with somebody. So, when it's time, you'll get there. All right? Well, so far we are making short work of your aces today. But let's keep going. Every time I think they're going to be short, or I feel they're going to be short, no. Oh, that happens quite a bit. Let's see what's knocking around in your heart there. Ace of Cups can stand for new love, being in love, and then first and foremost, your heart. Okay? So let's take a look at what's going on. Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. How so? I don't disagree. I just want to see how. I see. Okay. Three of Wands, Two of Wands, the Sun. Yeah. Okay. A lot of time there. Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, and lessons learned. Lessons learned, indeed. You had a good one, a simple one. I believe a straightforward one. Tying it back to the Two of Wands, what you're currently experiencing. Compare it to what you've experienced in the past. Okay. You're going to have that direct reflection here. Note, they're saying how it is different. Okay. In the past, Three of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, you've had lessons before, experiences before. How many? I don't know. That's up to you. Could be one, could be a dozen. I hope not. That's painful. But some people are stubborn, so I don't know. But Three of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. We had a lesson here that's coming through about what we build into and why. 3D as well as emotional investment. If you want love, don't fall in love with a friend. Know what you want. If you want someone to be available emotionally, you need to aim for someone who is emotionally available as in that way, not as a friend. That will always be a limited experience. So, I don't know the specifics of how you experienced it in the past. I just know that you did. Where we perhaps offered our heart to a friend, knowing what direction it wouldn't take. And for some of you, well, there's that. That would be the most obvious call. Don't emotionally invest in someone whom you know is a friend and isn't available that way. And also the other way around. It works both ways. Don't be a friend to someone whom you know they have deeper feelings for you. It works both ways. It can be the same lesson, interchangeable. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune, Judgment. You want love? Go for love. And don't receive someone's affections when you call them a friend. Three of Wands, Two of Wands, the Sun. We've waited a long time before we felt we could open up. And we're opening up now. And it feels good. It feels happy. It feels like this might be our happiness now. So once more, the Ace of Wands is being activated as we speak. Or it's right around the corner from where we are. I see how your Ace of Wands hits your 3D. That's cool. You're an earth sign. I wouldn't expect anything less. But how it's opening up for you personally is beautiful. And here we are. 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, the Sun. Well, I'm guessing you learned your lesson, or you no longer have a repeat lesson. You know. This feels warm. It feels happy because it is. It was a good decision. And if you must wait, make sure it's worth waiting for, and that the timing is right, and that it's with the right person who is available. Okay? But yeah, your heart space is also being activated, just like your aces. It's nice when they line up like that. You think it's one and the same, but it really isn't. It's not always the same. It's one of the reasons why I read Intimate Tarot next week, by the way, is to show people, you know what? Fire is where you're at, and that's okay. For other people, love is where you're at, and if it continues to develop, you might access your fire. And for people like you, it's one and the same. This started to get drawn upon, and now your heart space is reacting. It's warm. It feels really good. The star, long term. The sun, short term, upfront. Happiness. Okay? Good. No more lessons then about falling in love with a friend or allowing a friend to fall in love with you. Okay? It doesn't shake out well. It doesn't. Ace of Pentacles. The good ones, the right ones, are worth waiting for and not giving your heart away, right? Or compromising it, more to the point. If you're in love with a friend and you know they're a friend, you're compromising your heart. Why? Because you're in love with them, that's why. People have a tendency to get real flexible with their beliefs. When it's like, well, I know they don't love me the same. Then stop. Stop. You know they don't love you the same. You know they don't. So let them be where they are, and you go somewhere where your heart is appreciated and can be invested in appropriately. Speaking of which, Ace of Pentacles. So I'm curious. If you're that person, if you're that Capricorn, and you know how many times this happened to you, just put it in a number. Capricorn, 2 strikes. Capricorn, 3 strikes, something like that. Where you had a friend scenario in some way. And now you can see for yourself why it feels oh so different. Let's see that Ace of Pentacles, please. You showed me a little bit of your pentacle world. It's always on your mind. Well, Capricorn. Your balances are always in your mind in some way. But it looks like you've given some of them some fresh energy too. Yeah, was that the unhappy situation? Too many of those friend scenarios in love. Mm-hmm. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, honey, you don't have to tell me twice. I think we've all done it at least once. Okay. Once was enough for me, though. No. The High Priestess. 4 of Wands, Knights of Wands. Yeah. Yeah, boo-boo. Look at you. See that 4 of Wands? Activated. It's activating your Ace of Pentacles. Activated, activated. And that's activating, too. Now, that's you. That's your Earthian energy. Okay? He's like, yeah. Yep. I'm investing in a relationship. I feel like it's happening. Yeah. Yeah, you are. And yeah, you do. No. It's happening. It's just when it's taking place, you know, we're not walking around as human beings thinking, oh, I got my Ace of Pentacles is kicking off. Woohoo. No. It's just not till somebody who reads tarot points it out to you. Oh, yeah, it's happening. This is what activated new looks like. A lot of people will show me they want new, but that doesn't mean they're living it or activating it or taking action towards it, but you are. Because you were ready. You waited for the right one to just feel different, to hit different, to be different. And here it is. You have your goals in mind, you have your standards in mind, you have your boundaries in mind. And you're like, I feel like it's a pretty safe bet to invest in this. Ace of Pentacles. Relationship. The fact that you're showing me that you not just feel good, but that you're feeling increasingly secure with it is wonderful. Okay. I think your intuitive feeling here will deepen around Pisces season or February. Once more, I'm not saying you got to run out and marry him tomorrow. I'm saying in terms of defining this further, this relationship further, perhaps that talk about exclusivity. Yep, it really starts to take shape. Anything else, please? Now, this is wonderful. I mean, I want to stay with your reading all day. The folks who have these lovely, succinct readings where things are just lining up and their aces are falling into place, or they just know themselves really well. Oh gosh, I just want to stay in that reading forever, you know? It's the people who are confused and fragmented that you jump around a lot and, well, this is where you could be if you're willing to make up your mind. And that being said, it's not a competition. I'm just letting you know. Readings like yours are very refreshing. If you don't mind my saying so. I tell you, I'm sure I've told your collective at least once. It pays to know yourself. Your readiness, what you've learned. You had some lessons there, buddy. Bro, sis. You had some lessons there. You learned them. Is that what that was? I'm going to press on that. But I have no doubt these two are tied up. That's where that disappointment, Four of Cups, can be. Yes, absolutely. Not being on the same page with somebody. Learning from that. Learning from the lessons. Moving on. Every day learning to let it go. I was supposed to learn this. I was supposed to learn this. I was supposed to learn this. And that way when the real deal hits you, okay? Seven of Swords, Page of Cups. A little bit of doubt. That's okay. The Emperor, you got this. That's okay. Seven of Swords is okay, and people never show me the Seven of Swords so much as when they have natural kind of skittish thoughts around sensitive subjects. I don't know. A little bit of self-doubt is normal. It is extremely normal. The point is, don't give in to it. Push back on it. Counter it. You know yourself. I don't know if I can open up my heart. Yeah, you can. The Emperor. The Emperor. Empowerment. Don't let those thoughts pull you backwards. Okay? I don't think you're confusing this with friendship. No, not at all. It's more like as it relates to the investment here. Oh my gosh. Is this going to become more of a thing? More exclusive? Okay. Can I step into that power? Yeah, you can. If that's what's right for you, if that's what's important to you, then that's how you're going to express yourself. Don't pull back and don't be afraid. Okay? I want you to feel secure about the ace. You look secure in terms of you know your stuff. Okay, know your worth, know your value. No problem. Yeah, okay. So, again, just because people really struggle with this, if you have a short reading, that means yours was easy. Okay, not complicated. That's not an insult. And it is not in any way speak on my feeling towards the collective. I love all my collectives. So again, time, no, not at all. Timing of a message. I don't agree necessarily with uniform readings that, they should all be exactly 20 minutes or all exactly 50 minutes. I think that's stupid. A reading's done is when it's done. A thought is conveyed when a thought is conveyed, a feeling, so on and so forth. Tarot reading's not meant to be cookie cutter. This is not school, Teacher didn't call on me, so that means they hate me. No. No, no, no. Just means you didn't need as much work. It's a compliment, honey. All right. The Hanged Man. I feel like I need to shuffle these out a little bit. Hold on. Yeah. The Hanged Man, the Five of Cups. Oh, I bet you went through a learning phase, the Seven of Swords and doubt. I see. There it is. That's why it's Smucker B. McSmuckerton. That was great. You figured it out. I didn't figure it out. You figured it out before I did. Before I sat down and read you today, you had already figured this out. The Hanged Man, Five of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. You're saying it's that same self-doubt that has put you in compromising situations. Okay? You doubting yourself and your kind of emotional sense of worth that has allowed you essentially to see your feelings as less than. So the feelings I have for a friend, I know they're just a friend or they're not going to love me the same way. I compromise myself for these reasons. A lot of pain and doubt, right? Unaddressed old wounds. That again kind of softened you up in the past to allow yourself to be part of connections that you know couldn't return what you were feeling. Or the other way around. Some of you were a friend and you knew you were a friend, but you would entertain someone else's feelings knowing that they were much more than yours. That kind of goes back to the same well of pain and I don't know and doubt and feeling less than emotionally secure. And you've had a lot of time to think about that. You won't do it again. Good. You won't connect to that again. You won't participate in that again. Many of you understand where that's coming from. Self-esteem issues. Fear of missing out. In that space of I'm not trying to hurt them, but we're hurting them at the same time. Or I'm not trying to get hurt, but we hurt ourselves in the same space, in the same breath. I'm not trying to hurt myself by having emotional expectations from someone who I know can't return it, but ... you are. And where did that come from? Emotional abandonment wounds. Most likely. Ace of Cups. Being attracted to people who aren't available and we dang well know it. You know. Some of you specifically, this represents issues around limerence. That's for some of you, not all of you. But yeah. I see that now. There's an appeal in a way, in a weird way of falling in love with someone who is emotionally unavailable. It's weird, isn't it? Because we can kind of predict the outcome of that. This is going to hurt, and we do it anyway. You've learned from that. You don't do it anymore. Yeah, that took a lot of working through with the moon. You couldn't see it for a long time. Yeah, that went to some uncomfortable places for you. That weird sort of desire for emotionally unavailable people. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now yours is going into a much more psychological avenue. But I get it, trust me. Oh, yeah, you're not the only one. Like I said, there is a weird sort of unknown, secretive attachment style to people who we know aren't available, but we end up calling them friends. Wanting to believe secretly that there's more. And we know damn good and well they aren't. They're just not there. Or we're leading them on. They're like, oh, but we're a friend though. You know they have feelings that are greater than yours. So you're entertaining something that you know you shouldn't. Either way, it all goes back to the same thing. Okay? Issues around emotional abandonment. Self-esteem stuff. Good for you. You worked through it. We're going to end it right there. Leave that there because you've done so much work already. Okay? And in fact, there was obviously a period where you intentionally detached and you didn't go pursuing or kept yourself open or available to anything while you were working through that. So I figure, through my eyes, you've learned your lesson. So we can get off that subject because you thoroughly covered the subjects. That tells me many of you went out of your way to learn about these subjects, which is good. Excellent. Much, much, much wiser for wear. Excuse me. If you're that person, you hate the sound of sipping, please turn down your volume. I need something. Oh, thank you. Oh, we had a really intense cold front here, but it's dry. So dry cold, right? Oh, the vocals, everything, just temperamental. I know. Some of you are looking at it like, what does that say? It says bikes. Tom Segura, one of my favorite comedians. If you know, you know. I recommend his stuff, but it's not for the faint of heart. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the comedians that go there. He's one of them. Okay. Now, this person with whom you're connecting either very, very recently, and it feels fresh and you're glowing from that freshness, or you're about to. Let's see if we can get a little more on that. I like how you have goals tied to your passion. Excellent. Well done. That makes me very happy. It's like, I don't just give up my passion willy-nilly. It needs to mean something. The Chariot. Oh, yes. Could be, that was very specific for some of you. It could be straight up Cancer. I mean, who else did I have that strong impression for? Was it Virgo? Scorpio's card dropped, and it's like, okay. And I'm getting that same vibe for you. Could be straight up Cancerian. Doesn't have to be, but dang. But yeah, your passion felt very inclined to move towards this swiftly. Now, where you're coming from, that says a lot. Waiting, hanging back, okay, intentionally not getting involved until you sorted this shit out. Okay. Okay, 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. Oh, Strength. Strength. I feel like that's coming from you. You might have some Leo in there. The Strength. To move forward. 9 of Wands, 10 of Swords. You wanted to. You had a rough start, though. Really allowing yourself to move forward and not letting the pain trip up in front of you. You wanted to pursue this. Your kind of sexual energy kicked in last minute and said, maybe not, maybe not, maybe not, trying to protect you. And you said, no, I want to proceed. Okay. A little bit of a fear reaction there. You wanted to go towards this immediately, but you hesitated just a little bit. Okay, fair. Fair. Afraid to get your passion on the line again? That would be my first thought. Okay, that's fair. But the Empress, oh, see? But you see, that's why you persisted. So you're making it look smooth. Oh, but man, you had some protective qualities kick in. Maybe not, Capricorn. We could get hurt. Yeah, this one really spoke to you, didn't it? And I can see why. So this is someone who is, by all rights, your counterpart. Okay. No lopsided energies here. Someone who is a lot more like you. That's how you knew it was time to push past the fear. To allow yourself to open up to this, to make an imprint on it, to be noticed, to interact with it. You strongly suspect they're a lot like you. That you've met someone who is done or has done the work, and that they're not afraid to do the work, that they know themselves pretty darn well too. Well done. And of course, that in and of itself, you're going to find that very attractive. Yeah, but your instinct, whatever it is, kicked in and told you. You didn't show me judgment. You showed me a very strong appreciation for a connection, very strongly, very swiftly, all at once. Told you to pay attention, and that maybe it was time to come out of hibernation, come out of healing, You almost got in your own way there. Almost. But you pushed past it. Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Swords, the Hanged Man. See, you got very comfortable being on your own. I got it. I got it. I got it. No, that makes sense. And I'm not giving you shit for almost getting in your own way. The point is, I saw that over here too. Okay, so expect another version of that, but it's calmer. Like a lot calmer in a couple of months. You are tempted to give in to the self-doubts when it comes to deepening the investment of this relationship. And you say, no, I'm not going to do that. You had a much bigger kind of like shockwave over here to resist this at first. Now that you're in it, it's smooth and it feels fresh. Okay? You got past those fears. Specifically, there was this fear here of possibly being rejected and what's the point? And okay, you didn't give in to that. But yeah, you got really used to being on your own, thinking for yourself, doing for yourself, worrying over you and your needs. Okay? There was nearly no strong impression of having to think about the context of someone else or the next person. You didn't put that pressure on you, which is good. Seven of Wands, Four of Pentacles, and Eight of Pentacles. And you said, you know what? It's just a matter of working on my boundaries and standards. And so long as I have those in place, I'll be okay. And you were right. You continue to work on those and practice those. And you're right. It's like, honestly, I can enter anything. And if I know myself and I know my boundaries and I know my standards, I'll be okay. Honestly. It's just starting this, Capricorn. That's all you really said. It's just starting this. That's the hard part. And you're right. Starting is the hard part. But so long as you are practicing standards and boundaries, you'll be fine. You know? Yeah. This one. What special thing was it that they did that you noticed that got your attention? Because here, Judgment's on the Ace of Cups. In that respect of over time, did you learn your lessons about that friendship or a couple of friendships? You said, yeah, I did. And then I feel like more or less that's when you started to connect with this. So in terms of this Empress here, the one where it feels oh so right and it feels like a fresh start and a fresh beginning for you, I have this impression, I have no reason to see this necessarily, but I just have this impression that they did or said something that got your attention. A gesture, a word. What was it? It was like a funny way that they did something. And you happened to notice it. I'm very curious. Yeah. The Emperor, there you are again. Ace of Swords, it's truth. Strong truth. Two of Swords. Three of Swords, King of Cups. Uncertainty, that's fine. I'm just going to see more of the same. Yeah. Uncertainty, hesitation, fear in the heart. Again, stand firm in your boundaries, everything that you've been learning. You'll be fine. It's just a fear, really letting someone in. After all this time, really letting someone in who might be your equal. And not some sort of faux friendship scenario or dynamic that you've been through before. Really letting someone in. It's scary this time. It's an actual possibility this time. You know? That's all right. I'm not going to lie, because you're Earth sign, I'd like to see a little bit more of your pentacle world. You opened up good, and I was like, oh, that's going fine. That's always on my mind. And many of you have fun with what you do and all your balances. You always kind of have a fresh take on some of those things, whatever those are to you. And well, fair. Couple months when you're feeling more secure with this, You see it as an investment to make it real, to make it solid, and that's good because that's you practicing your boundaries. This is what I would like to do. Can you meet me there? Gosh. That's okay. Yeah, it's here. It's here. You can put your guard down, honey. You can put your guard down. I saw your guard went up over your sexual energy. I saw your guard went up over your pentacle energy. It's here now. Time has passed. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. My goodness, some of you got really used to being on your own and deflecting too. Goodness gracious. I understand you were protecting yourself. You had a massive assignment to figure out, and you wanted to figure it out on your own because you didn't want that to happen again. I got it. It's not. Time has passed. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Cups. We have a brand new investment here in that space of love. Time has passed. Five of Wands. Oh my gosh. King of Cups, the Magician. Goodness me. You have a strong emotional self. You really do. There it is. I think you got really used to protecting yourself. Now you're your biggest opponent, or at least, I'd say, were your biggest opponents perhaps a month ago, a couple weeks ago. I don't quite know when. Be like, I want this, and I want to feel safe. Let me have this. I want to open up. I'll tell you what, you got in your way a couple of times. Your emotional, sexual self and your invested self every now and again says, wait, pull back. And you know, nope, we're going to fight our way forward. I'm ready. Capricorn wants to come out of their cocoon. Right? It's time to show off your wings. Goodness knows you worked hard for them. And it's time to break out of that cocoon. Spread your wings and fly. You're ready. But I tell you what, you built a very tight cocoon around yourself. You're the one who's having to break through it. But your motivation to do so is quite high. I promise you, even though you show me this is a rough start, Christina, do you have any idea how hard this is for me? On the forefront, you do great. I wouldn't know. When I put down your initial cards, honey, you look smooth as silk. You look like you've been doing this all your life. All that strife is coming from the self. Did you see how many 9s and 7s you showed me? That's all internal. That's all internal. You had to get past you and your defenses first. But yeah, once you do, you start something with this beautifully, flawlessly. I know. You've been working hard for this day. And now the day has come, and it's weird. It's weird. It's weird because it doesn't fit the profile. And I think that's what freaks people out or confuses them when it comes to type versus standard. You know what your type is. You figured that out. And now it's time to abide by the laws of your standards. It's going to feel different. It's going to be different. It's supposed to be. Okay? How you attract now is very different. How you approach love now is very different. How you approach solid investment is different, at least when it comes to relationship energy. And these are good differences. It's time to put it into practice. Let your guard down. Let your heart be free. It's time. It's time, honey. I don't know what else to tell you. I really wanted to see more of your 3D, but you said it's cool. I'm comfortable. Don't worry about it. In fact, I love that. I love that you love what you do, whatever that is. It's not just one thing. I like that. But still, yeah. Where are we? Oh, gosh. No. Knight of Pentacles, Page of Swords, Ten of Cups. Oh, that's cute. That's not you. They're looking at you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're interested in you too. That's the first time I really saw a reversal for you. I have the impression of someone else there, and like I said, they're different. They're supposed to be different. They don't meet your type at all, and that type is old. Remember, types get outdated because they're typecast. Standards are different. Boundaries are different. Yeah, they're looking at you. It seems that they come from a Ten of Cups background, perhaps a very large inner circle of family and friends. They're looking at you. So they have a strong sense of love and support behind them, so they're familiar with that value. So if that's of interest to you, it's good to know. But yeah, they're looking at you. They're looking at you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Queen of Cups. Okay. They might be water-oriented. I did say Cancer, right? Judgment, 2 of Wands. You know what's interesting? Well, I said you didn't necessarily show me a judgment around this connection. Okay? No. Your instinct said this is different, and that's because you weren't wrong. But judgment is attached to them. There's a sense of timing, so they actually might approach you. So I don't know who that is. I don't have the impression that this is a second chance thing. I saw where you were coming from. No, I don't. Honey, I know second chances when I see it. This didn't have that vibe. Okay? No. Whoever this is does activate you across your aces, but no, I don't think it's a judgment call on someone else of the past. That would be what you call second chance. No, I do believe it was this person's judgment call decision to approach you. I strongly suspect they're water-oriented. They've been looking at you. Not in an obsessive way, not in a stalky way. It's just the kind of normal, oh, you got my attention. Now, here's the thing. They got yours too, though. I insist upon that. Somehow, they said or did something that got your attention in return. And I think that's what you noticed, didn't you? I think they approached you. And something about them that just said, different, different, different. They had a judgment call to talk to you. Maybe that's why you noticed them. They didn't give you a choice. You had to notice them. And maybe that in and of itself is what got your attention. It's like, I've never been approached before. Was that it? I feel like this is finally something, the unique thing I was looking for. I was like, I know it's in here. I appreciate your struggle. I appreciate where you're coming from. Well, I know there's a twist on this. I'm not saying, what am I not? And here it is. They approached you. Has no one ever approached you before? Yeah, it hits different, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It does. No wonder. Is that how you notice them? They did something different, a gesture or anything, and that includes the approach. Or perhaps you've been approached before, but how they did it was different or unique, you know? Anyway. Yeah, but then after that, you make a choice. You make a choice this here to pursue, to be open to this. Remember, you get to choose your own level of participation. You're a pretty happy, steady Capricorn. You didn't have to choose this. You didn't have to be here, but you did. I like it. The biggest opposition comes from you and your determination to break out of that cocoon at last. Okay? Real talk, real tarot, real life. Oh, okay. 10 of Pentacles. Well, that's good. You have a foundation. Like I said, it's pretty darn set. Okay. Yeah, you're just going to be on the shorter side, but that's not a crime. Honestly, it's almost 50 minutes. It's fine. It does feel pretty darn special, doesn't it? Well, they chose to talk to you, didn't they? Manifest the new. That's what you've been doing. Yeah, I don't think that's an old person at all. I would have told you right away. Honestly, people tell me pretty freaking quickly if it's an old person. Manifest the new. Embrace change and envision your desires, allowing the universe to align with your intentions. Exactly. Exactly. Manifest the new, and someone had their judgment call too and presented the new to you. So you weren't necessarily looking for them, but you were manifesting the new, and now you have time to prove it. Embrace solitude. Yeah, I know you did. I know you. That's the perfect way to put it. Listen to this. Reflect deeply for survival. I told you were in a cocoon phase. Keep your mind open as answers reveal lessons in the quiet of introspection. So that's what you exactly did. 999. You've been on your own for a while. Rewind that shit. You don't believe me. I said that. You've been on your own for a while and you didn't have a problem with it. Good. It gave you lots of space to reflect, but you weren't exactly pursuing this person directly. Looking to them, they found you. And you responded to it. In some way you recognize the Empress in them or your equal. Okay? Growth, potential, that's what I'm saying. It's soaring with wings. I don't think I've ever seen this one in this deck before. I mean, I know it's there, but shuffling it out. Embrace change to unlock your full potential and flourish. That's what I'm saying. It's time to rise and thrive, my friend. This is it. You're unlocking your full potential and flourishing. It's time to put everything you've learned into practice. It does mean getting past your own defenses. You got very used to being on your own, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad you know how to take care of yourself and love yourself and see to your own needs. Everything begins with the self, yes? But embracing change, you saying yes to this, you unlock your full potential. You don't need to be attached to someone else to experience growth. Absolutely not. But we do need love to tell us who we really are. And when you connect to the right people, you prove to yourself how much you're worth. So, take care how you choose to connect to people. They directly reflect your worth. Okay? Last October, for some of you, might have been important, although I'm not really seeing it that way. I think those just accidentally flew out, but for those persons who need to know. Let me tell you, if I don't notice, and I don't notice, and it hits the table and I still don't notice, then it doesn't matter. But then I will get endless questions for days. What was it? What was it? Baby, I don't know. If I didn't stop to notice it, why the hell would I know? By the time you're seeing it, it could be a day, 2 days, 3 days later. It's gone. It's gone. I don't know, and it doesn't matter. But if I do notice it, I'll show you. May or may not be relevant. Career, I know. Okay, career. I know. Some of you went into career mode. That's cool. I wouldn't expect anything less. So, you don't need it, but I'll tell you anyway. That friend, the friend of the yesteryears, or perhaps you have a couple of them, the one that you got feelings for and you knew they weren't going to go there. Or you were the friend and you knew the other person had feelings and you didn't go there. They think about you, but it's far away. It's a far away thought. So if any of you needed a wrap up from that, they think about you. Especially, it seems, when they're at work. I don't know why. Dark man. Some of you are the dark man, or perhaps you'll be connecting to the dark man. I do not know. Dealings or relationship with a man with dark complexion or hair. Okay. And then we have casket. That. Okay. So, exiting your life. Okay. Possibly. Or that's you making the decision some time ago to exit from that friend. Okay. Focus on your career, but I have to insist they seem to think about you the most while they're at work. Why, I don't know. From your point of view, it's over and it's something that you won't indulge or entertain or be part of again. Friendships where you love them and they're a friend. Tree. You paid attention to your legacy, your foundation, your growth. Excellent. And you remain steadfast in those roots, continuing to grow and thrive. Bell, announcement, arrival soon. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And left your life. Oh, okay. I don't quite know what that is. Bell, announcement, someone is leaving your life soon. Seems to me you already did the leaving. But just FYI. Someone might be announcing their retirement soon, for all I know, honey. Someone might be leaving the job that you were accustomed to. A friend of yours might be moving on her way. Just FYI, some of you might have some upcoming news that you're not aware of yet. It's fresh, hot off the tarot press. Okay. Torch. And since then, you've had your spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. I know. But that first one, the friend that's far away, that's over. But yeah, they think of you. Their reasons are their own. Marriage. Archway. Yeah, there you go, baby. That's what we're talking about. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths are opening up, particularly as it relates to commitment, as we saw. Okay? The real deal, the real stuff. Oh, yeah. I strongly suspect some of you will be having that conversation with this person about, are we going steady? That's an old phrase. I don't know if anybody uses that anymore. Going steady. Are we exclusive? Okay. Are we announcing? Because that's the thing now. It's so weird living in this time of social media, because I can remember the time before it. It is what it is. My age is my age. But now it's a thing for people. Well, did you list me as your person on Facebook? Did you post a picture? Did you give me status? That's a whole thing now. That's as good as saying I'm with somebody. So that's what I mean. Hey, in February, March, to make it clear. Are we together? Because I'd like to take this further. Okay. God, isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? It is, but it's considered normal now. So it's not weird, but it just sounds weird to me. You know? Okay. Anyway, let's get some of these, please. Time to decide. Yeah, it's, like I said, recently, coming up. Okay. Flowers and sensitivity. Oh. Flowers, sensitivity. Oh. I think some of you might identify with that, yes. Perhaps you feel that you're more sensitive than you care to be. And you try to keep that to yourself. Oh, I saw you have a big, beautiful heart in there. And that's the only time you got fiercely combative, was trying to protect it. I don't know if I'm ready for this. But you are. You are. Now, I can only tell you so much. It's something for you to feel and decide on. But yeah. You have an increased sensitivity naturally in connection to who you are today. That's what told you this situation was different. Now, flowers. Some of you work with the earth in some way. Working with flowers, the earth, maybe you have a garden that you're really proud of, or literally you do something around sustainability, environment, that kind of thing. Or some of you just really love your gardens, your personal space, your environment. But yeah, sensitivity. You become more sensitive to your needs, which is good. Which means it decreases the possibility of something like this happening again. Okay. But flowers. I mean, it could be. It could be that this person approaches you with the kind of flowers and offer a gesture, sweetness. It could be that you do that for them. I don't know. But somehow I think literal flowers are involved. I can't quite see it, though. It just kind of feels that way. Okay. Protection. I know. You showed me that several times. I told you. Called it. Protection. I saw how your inner self tried to object in your fire and in your cup and just a little bit in your pentacle, and by then you're much more comfortable with this. So the need to protect yourself goes down. Protection. I know. That's why it was interesting. The only thing you showed me, judgment, was lessons learned about the past. This situation was not your judgment call. It was theirs. But you get to decide. Okay? You get to decide. And when you start deciding it, yeah, the need to protect yourself kicks in. The walls go up. And then you push back on it. Then you make progress. Okay, but you got this. I think you're doing a great job. You recognize this situation or person is very different, and that was the whole point. 15. Which I believe is your power number. Yes? No? 15? Or is it 16? I apologize. And bliss. Yeah, bliss. At first you protect yourself, but then bliss. It feels really good. 30, 15. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 2 W's. Really? W, W, X, P, and C. We have 2 medallions here, that of Gemini as well as Scorpio. You might have some of these very strong placements in your chart. Could be connecting to the seasons, might be important to you. And then we have a little envelope with the heart in it. Yeah. Communication and expression of love. Yeah. There it is. It comes towards you. Capricorn, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Oh.